In today's hyper-connected world, it has become increasingly difficult to live without worrying about how others perceive us. Social media, societal expectations, and the desire to be accepted often lead people to shape their lives around the approval of others. But what if the root of most unhappiness lies in that very pursuit? According to The Courage to be Disliked, a book co-authored by Japanese philosopher Ichiro Kishimi and writer Fumitake Koga, true happiness can only be found when we stop chasing external validation and start living authentically. The central thesis of The Courage to be Disliked is simple yet profound. All of life's problems stem from our interpersonal relationships, and our unhappiness is largely due to caring too much about what others think. Kishimi and Koga, drawing from the psychological teachings of Alfred Adler, argue that there is no such thing as purely internal worry. Every anxiety, they claim, is linked to our relationship with the outside world, especially our concern about how we are perceived by others. According to Adlerian psychology, which underpins the book, people are not driven by their past or by trauma, but by the goals they set for themselves. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions are not random or reactive. They are purposeful, all directed toward achieving certain aims. For instance, if someone fears a job interview so much that they can't prepare or attend, it's not that anxiety is holding them back. Rather, they've already decided consciously or unconsciously that their true goal is to avoid the interview altogether. Fear becomes a tool, not an obstacle. This perspective extends to the way we interpret past trauma. While negative experiences can shape our worldview, Kishimi and Koga argue that we're not determined by them. Instead, the meaning we assign to those experiences is what truly matters. No experience is in itself a cause of our success or failure, they write. We do not suffer from the shock of our experiences, but instead we make out of them whatever suits our purposes. This leads to one of the most challenging ideas in the book. People often choose unhappiness. That's not to say people enjoy being miserable, but rather that unhappiness can become a strategic tool, a way to avoid difficult situations, risks, or personal change. It's easier to stay unhappy and blame external factors than to risk rejection, failure, or the discomfort of growth. And more often than not, this unhappiness revolves around one key area: our relationships with others. Kishimi and Koga outline two fundamental goals people set in their relationships, either to gain approval or to make a positive contribution. Those who chase approval often end up feeling trapped because they base their self-worth on how others react to them. And since we cannot control other people's opinions, this becomes a never-ending struggle. Worse, people who seek approval frequently compare themselves to others, turning life into a competition. If someone else succeeds, they feel diminished. Rather than celebrating others' achievements, they may feel envious or even resentful, damaging their ability to form genuine, healthy relationships. Furthermore, the approval seeker may develop entitlement in their interactions. They feel that their sacrifices, doing nice things, saying the right words, trying to be liked should earn them recognition and reciprocation. When this doesn't happen, resentment builds. Relationships become transactional, based on expectations rather than connection. But what's the alternative? According to the authors, it lies in shifting from a mindset of seeking approval to one of contributing meaningfully to others. Happy people don't base their worth on being liked. Then, they derive fulfillment from believing they are useful. This doesn't mean self-sacrifice or martyrdom. In fact, Kishimi and Koga argue that helping others should primarily benefit the helper. It should make you feel good, not because someone praises you, but because the act itself is meaningful to you. This intrinsic motivation is far more powerful and sustainable than the pursuit of praise. The book also emphasizes the importance of self-acceptance. Happy people don't need others to affirm their value. They believe their mere existence is meaningful. They understand that being alive and present for others already has value. This belief allows them to live authentically, without constantly measuring themselves against others or trying to meet someone else's standards. Crucially, the authors argue that we must abandon the idea that we need to earn happiness by achieving something great or gaining. Joy, they contend, is available to anyone in the present moment. It comes not from being seen as successful or admirable, but from finding value in one's existence and contributions, no matter how small they may seem. This philosophy leads to a liberating conclusion. You will never be liked by everyone, and that's okay. The key to a happy life is accepting that reality and having the courage to live according to your own values anyway. This kind of courage, the courage to be disliked, is what ultimately leads to freedom. As the authors put it, unless one is unconcerned by other people's judgments, has no fear of being disliked, and pays the cost that one might never be recognized, one will never be able to follow through in one's own way of living. In summary, the courage to be disliked offers a powerful critique of our dependence on external approval. It challenges us to take full responsibility for our lives, our emotions, and our goals. By shifting from a mindset of validation seeking to one of contribution and self-acceptance, we can build healthier relationships, greater resilience, and deeper happiness at its core. The book is not just about philosophy or psychology. It's a practical guide to reclaiming your life from the expectations of others and stepping into your own freedom.